Today have I got some tactics for you. These are going to blow your mind. So these things of beauty have all come from previous football managers. In fact, old school championship managers, and some of them are absolutely nuts looking. I'm the type of guy that will put them into Football Manager 26. So that's exactly what we're going to do today, and let's see what happens. Can any of these actually be good? So let's get straight into it. We're going to start with the 2-3-1-2-2. Now this was popular with the great Brazil team. Check it. Now, they had the team to pull it off. We're going to use Inter Milan, which is a strong team, because I need the strong team to see if this is going to be in any way viable. So let's try and build it now. So the shape should be pretty easy to follow. We've got two centre-backs, two wing-backs higher up. So immediately you see it's pretty aggressive. We do have a DM to try and help them out. One of these guys will stay just ahead of the DM. Then we're going to have two supporting attacking midfielders to two strikers. That's a hell of an attacking box setup. Now for player roles, we can kind of judge it on those arrows. The old school arrows there were how aggressive the players were. So you can see the wing backs get high. I'm thinking they're probably advanced wing back. It might just be normal, but we're going to go advanced. We might as well go even more aggressive. Why not? Central midfielders pushing forward a little bit, so let's have him as a CM. And then it's a bit of guesswork about the other positions, but I do have another resource that's going to help me out. What we have here is a dedicated CM9798 website. I'll put the link down below, but it's going to help me out with some of the instructions I'm going to use. Not all of them, I will have to freestyle a bit, but it's going to help out. So having put my thinking cap on, this is what we've came up with. We've got two ball playing centre backs. They're going to be helped out by a half back, so in theory he will drop back into there, make a back free. And higher up, it's basically movement with the channel forwards running around, playmaker putting it all together, and an attacking midfielder backing it up. There's only one thing to do now. See how it does in match. So the beauty of this setup and with Inter Milan is they should have the players that fit quite well into it. I'm thinking Dumfries down one side, DiMarco down the other. I'm going to move things about a bit. I don't really want him playing as a half-back. I know he's a deep sitting midfielder nowadays, but I'm going to be a bit left field and put him as an advanced playmaker, and I'll move Akanji into half-back. He should be perfect. I mean, that's a pretty frightening team, but the big question is, in FM26, how the hell do you sort it out going backwards? So at the minute, I've got them dropping into a 4-4-2. So there's two wing-backs drop next to Bastoni and Acerbi. Akanji holds his position, joined by Barella. And the two attacking midfielders, they'll kind of cover the wide areas. This is always going to be the tricky part. Let's go. When it started pretty spectacularly, smashing in goals against the likes of Lazio. Cremonese didn't stand a chance, God bless them. Nor did Genoa. It did show a few frailties in the back, specifically in the Champions League. We conceded a few goals in the Champs League. But in general, it does look good, especially from an attacking standpoint. If I pause it there, I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players in attacking positions. We're kind of lacking in central midfield because that's the half-back who's dropped back. But you can see how many options each player has going forward. And the positives, like you saw for that last goal, is they don't just come from your wing-backs, because you've got so many options in the middle, but when you do get your wing backs into the game, they do make a hell of a difference. Now I have made a tweak to the out of possession stuff. That's always going to be the hardest part, and that has helped get some pretty booming results like this one. We're away at AC Milan, and we end up winning this match 4-1. So at the minute in Serie A, I've played 21 matches. We have lost 2 matches, but we've banged in 60 goals, so it's nearly 3 goals a match. Champions League with this one has been a bit more of a challenge. It looks like they're going to qualify, but it hasn't been as easy, and that's what brought about the defensive change. So initially we dropped into a 4-4-2, but I've just changed it the last couple of months, and we've getting some good results by just changing it to drop back into something closer resembling the starting in possession formation. So Akanji drops back to centre back, the two attacking midfielders drop to centre mid, and the centre mid drops to DM. Just means they get into their shape a little bit quicker. There you go for team instructions. In possession there, out of possession there. I've got to say, with the right players and picking and choose your matches, that can be devastating. Okay, we move on to this one next. This is described as a 3-1-1-3-2. And you've got 1 centre-back and 5 going forward. Yikes. Okay then, let's attempt this. So obviously the first thing that happens is the defender comes out, and let's just throw him up front because we're going to have 2 strikers. Then we're going to have that 1 sole centre-back. The 2 full-backs aren't massively aggressive, so let's just have them as full-backs. It doesn't look like they're absolutely stomping upfield, so full-backs will be good enough. And we do have a defensive midfielder dropping back, which is probably going to be a half-back. Maybe we could get a bit adventurous and have a deep-line playmaker who drops back as well. We'll have a little look at that. Midfielders, one's going to go up there, forming that front 5. Blimey. Right, this is what I came up with. I've kept fullbacks rather than wing-backs because it doesn't look like they're pushing on massively. I have brought a half-back in the CM spot. I just dropped that out of there. I've got the CM in with forward runs, make fewer runs to try and mimic what they had there with the central midfielder kind of dropping back. And then we've got a couple of wingers, an AM and 2 channel forwards to get a bit more movement. So how does it relate to out of possession? So let's get the out of possession up. There you can see it drops into a 4-4-2. When we get them both up, in theory it makes sense. Your half-back will drop in to be the extra centre-back. And then your central midfielder and your attacking midfielder drop back into the DM spots. I've kept them as pressing so they can maintain quite high up. Didn't really want to put them up there. Just try and get them back, and then the 2 wingers drop back. It's probably a lot easier than the last one we did. For the life of me though, I can't imagine we're not going to concede an absolute truckload of goals. Let's go. Well, what's happened here then? 10 out of 10. Yes, indeed, this season started well and just kind of got better and better, including this demolition job of Juventus, AC Milan, Cagliari, and we even beat Arsenal in the Champions League. So in defence, we have managed to get the players back. You can see we're into a bit of a back four there with a good shield in front of them. The 2 strikers hard working as well. But as you can imagine, the joy in this tactic comes when you win the ball back. We win the ball back there, and my defensive midfielder instantly drops next to the centre-back. So we've got 2 in there, which does allow all the other players the ability to be a bit safer in the knowledge that there's not only just one centre-back back there. And as we get forward, he's got so many people to aim at, we're always going to score goals. So although on the surface this looks like a carnage tactic, there goes the half-back, this could be a decent option for us if we are chasing a goal in a match. So I've included this 2D footage so you can see how fast they try and get into shape when we lose the ball. Eyes on 7 and 17, absolutely legging it to get back into shape. So I ran it for about 10 league matches and 3 or 4 Champions League matches. There is a defeat there to Chelsea, but my God, the amount of clean sheets has staggered me. Now, of course, using Inter Milan helps a lot. The big challenge will be when you use a lesser team. But I'm going to keep it in my back pocket if I'm needing a goal because that's one thing it guarantees you. Indeed, after 10 matches in the league, they are going at 3 goals per game with 32 goals. Okay, the final tactic we're going to do today, and this is my favourite, and we actually go to a different version of Football Manager, Championship Manager. It's Championship Manager 0304, and it is the legendary Diablo. Alright, so this is the Diablo tactic. It looks the most normal, probably, of the ones we've done today, but the key point is that guy in the middle. You can see with that massive arrow, he is saying attack, attack, attack. And the other key point on this one is the team instructions. Now, I found a resource. This chap on YouTube's helped me out to build this tactic. So this man's channel is called The Ash Windy. I'll put his link in the description so you can see. Concentrates on these sort of tactics, and as you can see, this is from CM0304 and this is Diablo. This video is going to help me do the player instructions and the team instructions as well. Now, if I point your attention up to the team instructions, you'll see something very interesting under mentality, and it's gung ho. Gung ho in FM26 basically means very attacking. Not something I'd ever use very attacking, like literally ever, so now we're using it. Also, he went into the player instructions as well, so I can add those in for each position. Super handy. So this is probably the most accurate recreation we've done today. And that is how Diablo 26 has been born. So his videos helped me get the player roles, get everything locked in, the team instructions. It's very aggressive. You can see very attacking mentality. We attacked it on both flanks. We underlapped on both flanks. Out of possession, it's super aggressive as well for people who like that style of tactic. It always works quite well in FM. The big X factor in this one is how will the very attacking mentality affect things. In theory, it should work quite well. That attacking midfield role, the legendary one, will be the one bursting forward from that deeper position. And if we look at the visualizer, the 2 inverted wingbacks are going to help because as that guy breaks forward, they'll sit next to the DM with the 2 wingers supplying the width. It should, in theory, work quite well. It's just that X factor of the very attacking mentality. Of course, the other problem is how do you make it work in terms of out of possession? Well, this time I've gone for a 4-4-2 with fake strikers, so they'll drop back a little bit deeper, giving a bit of extra support to the midfield. Hey yo! So maybe my mentality worries weren't justified because we started with a 4-0, a 7-1, a 3-1 against Juve. We even beat Bayern, Milan, Lazio, Benfica. I mean, this is unreal. After 12 games, only one team has stopped us winning. We've scored 37 times and, more surprisingly, only conceded 5 goals. And just as impressive as that is the Champions League performance. The best yet with 4 wins out of 4. So in this match, we've got Mkhitaryan playing that attacking midfield role. And look where he is. He's literally turned into a third striker in between Esposito and Lautaro Martinez. As the ball progresses, we've got DeMarco and Damian acting as defensive midfielders. The width coming from Enrique and Augusto. So Martinez and Esposito link up, and who's the free man? So now we know how we attack. 2 centre-backs, 2 full-backs alongside the DM, 2 wide players, and Mkhitaryan is basically a new striker whenever we've got the ball. He's so high up, look at him. So when we defend, we get back into shape, 4-4-2, and then the counter-attack can start. Now, eyes on Mkhitaryan, because of that very attacking mentality, he's just legging it to get up front to act as that third striker. There he goes. He's basically a third striker now. Martinez gets the ball. And the attacking midfielder finally gets his reward for all those attacking runs when he bags the third. There he goes. That's Mkhitaryan bursting through the middle. I absolutely love that run. It's like Lampard-esque and he smashes it home. So I've got to say that's the most successful one yet. Obviously, you're not going to keep your form going like that throughout the season, right? So once again, it's shown we can take inspiration from prior amazing tactics and build our own. I mean, we've got 3 very different ones there, but all 3 have decent results. They've got their pitfalls, but I reckon all could be worked out by getting the right out of possession setup. Now, I've tried to get ones that work, but it's definitely not its final form. But the in possession stuff just shows that these ones absolutely bag goals.